Hey guys, and welcome to my review of Halo Outcasts by Troy Denning. This will be a non-spoiler review, so if you don't want the story spoiled, then it's okay, you won't be spoiled. And if you want me to do a spoiler review that talks about, or like a summary of the book or whatever, something that talks about the story, tell me and I can do one. So for those who don't know, Halo Outcast is a novel that takes place in November 2559, which is right after Doisac blows up. Boom, Brood Homeworld. You guys are dead, mostly. A lot of people evacuate, the Brutes, the Banish, etc. And then Cortana is like all, angry. The Brutes resisted. So then some events happen. And the Arbiters in the book, as well as Olympia Vale, and we learned a lot about their perspectives, and it's really interesting book to get into the mindset of Vale and the Arbiter, what they've been up to, and it sort of tells you too how it's like living under created rule, this authoritarian sort of overarching big sister government. Cortana's watching, the AIs are watching. The tyrant is Cortana, and the tyrant is like watching St. Helios, trying to make sure there's no revolts. And amidst all of that, you get St. Heli politics. So you have their customs, their traditions, their politics, how they work. One thing that's been stated publicly, so it's not a spoiler, is how the Arbiter is trying to bring together this concert of worlds. It's like this alliance, this unity between all St. Heli planets and colonies. So there's a Swords of St. Helios, and he doesn't just want like this one faction to conquer everyone. No, he wants this faction, he wants this unity between all St. Heli, so they can stand up to whatever threats come in the future, because the galaxy is a dangerous place. If you had the Covenant, you had so many factions, you have the Banished, you have the Created. So the Arbiter, he wants St. Heli to be strong. And a lot of the book plays also with the alliance that they have with the UNSC. The Swords of St. Helios, the UNSC, how they view, how different people, even in loyal to the Arbiter, how they view humanity. And it sort of goes into detail with all of that. And also the UNSC, you get to see a little bit of their points of view. And the book is not a sequel exactly, but it does take sort of the characters and plot points of previous books, such as Halo Oblivion. That's a very, if you want to get some of the Easter eggs, more than Easter eggs, sort of previous characters, but you don't need to have to read it. The author Troy Denning does a good summary of the important things. So it does take some of those characters, and it really puts them in situations that, it's like you bring someone from the past and you put him in the future where things are different. So you definitely have some very interesting dynamics and situations, and how the Spartan branch works, etc. I'm trying to not go into spoilers, but it's really interesting. And speaking of that, the locations, they do take some interesting locations from previous places, and again, previous characters come in, and it's really interesting these new situations you're put into. And it's fun traveling from planet to planet. That's like, the classic Halo thing. Maybe Halo Infinite campaign doesn't do the planet hopping, location hopping. I kind of wish it did. More environments, that would be cool, but it's still the classic planet hopping, location hopping thing. And again, you also get to see internally how the St. Heli work a bit, how the UNSC is sort of operating post-war, but you also get to see the civilian side a little bit of academia. You get to see how ONI plays into it. You get to see how humans and archaeology and xenoarchaeology work, all of that, how universities work. You get to see also not only the humans but the created. So you get a little bit of created stuff in the book because it is a created era book. So that makes it very interesting. And honestly, we do need way more created stories. So that's definitely good looking into it. We had Intel drops lately, right? The conversation between, well, even before the Intel drops and conversations, we had the, what do you call them? The fractures. The previous fracture was the one with the created. So we got to see a little bit more created stuff. So in this book, we get to see a little bit more, which is very interesting and makes everything way more interesting. So definitely there's some things that some fans, some lore fans will find not as fun or contentious, I should say. Not really fun. I found it very interesting. And there were some emotional beats which were like, oh, in a certain way. There's some very interesting things which I do not want to spoil because it's spoiler free, but it's really like, wow, and it's like unexpected and stuff. There's a lot of xenoarchaeology in this, you could say. That's fair to say, yeah. And some connections with some recent Halo Infinite stuff, actually, from this season. Some connections from previous stories too, like I said, other books, but different in the way I talked about. So it makes the Halo universe this, big, giant, connected universe, because that's what it is. It's all set in the same story. And yeah, there are some plot points which people may like or may dislike. Personally, I think I like them. And especially how some characters react to things, when certain characters are given command, how do they act? And that's interesting. I read a book in one day. It took me like less than 6 hours to read it. I did get it early. So overall, I do enjoy the book. Good job by Troy Denning, who has written a lot of Halo novels before. So I do recommend it. Well, of course, I always recommend the Halo books. There's not a single Halo book I don't recommend. I'm a huge lore fan. Halo Infinite Store Customization does love the lore. And should you get it, does it connect to Infinite? It does connect to Infinite. Not in the ways you might expect, not in like this big, oh, why didn't we get this in the game? It's just, sort of background stuff. The characters are nice, the plot is interesting. If you want to know about the created, if you want to know what the Arbiter's been up to, how the Singhili dynamics work post-war, a little bit of world building, which is well done. And if you enjoyed the previous books, then yeah, you should get it. Tomorrow, official release date, you get a free coating relating to the book Arbiter's Guard. So that's kind of cool that they're celebrating the book releases by doing something in-game. Free coating to go with the book. So I will be showing that tomorrow, I think, yeah. And there's like the whole event stuff. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my non-spoiler review. But if you want spoilers, if you want to know more about what the book is about, like the juicy details, if you would like that, tell me down on the comments, and I guess I might do one, but that's up to you guys if you want it. And I guess this is my first like story lore sort of video, right? I've done some news and other stuff, but that's, the first one. So alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my video and see you guys next time. Bye.